Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to sit down with two faculty members from the University of Akron's Rape Crisis Center to learn more about Unzipped. Unzipped is a conversation around controversial topics, mostly regarding sexual assault. The goal of Unzipped is to create a safe space for students and faculty to have open conversations and a safe place to discuss their thoughts and feelings.
So essentially I think we have two main goals. A, to get these conversations going, because sometimes it can be hard to talk about topics such as rape culture and other issues like that on campus. It can be really difficult to have those conversations, but I think they're good conversations to have. But the other kind of, goal would be to see what the underlying mindset is and then develop programming based upon that. So where do we need to maybe do more education? Where do we feel like, oh, we're really hitting that home? And making sure that we're targeting our programming to stuff that students actually care about. So I came up with the original idea, and then I went to Megan Vermillion and Kelsey Danilou from Rape Crisis Center, and they're like, we've been having this idea for so long, but haven't had a concrete step to do it. So then myself and the Rape Crisis Center came together, and we're like, okay, how do we initiate this? We based it loosely off of World of Conversations, which takes place on Penn State main campus, but they focus more on race relations and topics regarding ethnicity and race and culture, where we're really focusing on sexual assault, domestic violence, stalking, and how that relates to college campuses. I think we want a little bit of everyone. We want those people that are really passionate, like those individuals from CASA that really understand the topic, but then we also want people who might not know as much about rape culture and can kind of, from their perspective, give some information.
Penn State University has a focus group called World of Conversation, which helped spark the idea for Allison to bring something similar to UA's campus, now known as Unzipped.
We have a really great working relationship, and I thought, okay, here's my idea, brought it up to them, and like I said, they were really excited about it because they said we've been wanting to do something like this but just didn't have those concrete steps. At my last university that I was at, they were implementing this, but again it was more in regards to ethnicity and culture. So we were thinking, how can we make it tie in together? But we have a really good working relationship, and we try to support one another's programming, so it just kind of blossomed that way. I think for students sometimes it's here's the information, but it's really beneficial for having a student say, well, yeah, this is what I'm learning, but I kind of am thinking differently. And to have a space to be able to say that without feeling like I'm going to get persecuted in the process. So having an area that they can kind of express their views, obviously in a respectful manner, and we can really get different ideas going without myself or anybody else from the Rape Crisis Center saying, this is what you should think. It's more, this is what other people are thinking on campus, and kind of educating one another as students.
I also had the chance to speak with the Rape Crisis Center's Allison Corrado, who also assisted in starting up CASA, the Coalition Against Sexual Assault on Campus. She told me more about the impact she hopes Unzipped will have on students.
We just think that it'll be really good for them to, they spend all day getting talked at, basically, so it'll just give them a different kind of way to learn from each other rather than learn from a professional. Well, so as the Rape Crisis Center, we work with survivors and co-survivors of sexual violence, but we try and do outreach to anyone just for prevention reasons, like we do any kind of programming on campus. We collaborate with events, we do tablings, just to try and get the information about the services that we provide out there. We do presentations in the Akron Experience classes and anyone else who will let us come talk to them, kind of thing. So Unzipped is just an extension of that, trying to get people aware of us and also aware of these types of issues and hopefully increase prevention. So for me specifically, like being involved, I know people in my life who have been survivors of this, so just being able to help other survivors and be able to just have these conversations with students and with people in the community, it's a really empowering thing to be able to do, because this is an issue that I'm very passionate about, so it's really awesome to be able to be in this work.
Come on out, have a conversation, bring your coffee, and we can just talk.
This has been Brissa Bradfield with Lights, Camera, Akron.